Welcome children, continuity of the lesson Evans tries an O-level by Colin Dexter. Children, yesterday I explained to you that the examination was going to start late. The governor was in his office. He had all the time been hearing the conversations or the voices coming from the cell. He was using the receiver of that microphone which had been hidden inside Evans the prisoner's cell. Now there were two persons in the cell, McLeary the invigilator and Evans the prisoner. Both of them are talking. McLeary, you have got a watch. The word Y-E, not the spelling, Y-E means you. McLeary wanted to know whether he had got a watch with him. Evans, yes sir. Evans told him that he had got a watch with him. McLeary, I will be telling you when to start. McLeary wanted to inform him when the examination was going to start, the time of the examination. And again when he have 5 minutes left. McLeary wanted to warn him 5 minutes before the examination was going to be over. What did he want to tell him 5 minutes before the examination was going to be over? He wanted to tell him that after 5 minutes the examination would be over. Alright. He wanted to confirm whether Evans the prisoner had understood his instructions clearly or not. Now there is silence. McLeary, there is plenty more of this writing paper should he need it. There were many extra sheets available. He wanted to tell Evans that there were many extra sheets. If he needed them, he could be provided. He would be provided. Again silence is there. Note the point. McLeary is saying something, but Evans is not responding. Silence, silence. This word has been used so many times. McLeary. Now McLeary wanted Evans to go through some formalities before his examination started. Now write the name of the paper 021-1 in the top left hand corner. McLeary the invigilator wanted Evans to write the name of the paper 021-1 where? In the top left hand corner. This information he wanted him to write in the top left hand corner. Again there is silence. Evans is not speaking anything. Note. McLeary, in the top right hand corner write your index number 313. Now McLeary wanted Evans to write the index number 313 in the top right hand corner, and in the box just below that there was a box just below the column of the index number. There he wanted Evans to write his center number. What was the center number? 271. Alright. Now he wanted to know whether Evans had listened or whether Evans had heard his instructions completely or not. Again there is silence. This silence is suggestive of something mysterious. Evans is not saying anything. The time is 9:20 am. 9:20, 20 past 9. McLeary, I am now going to. McLeary was going to announce something. Announce most probably about the time of the beginning of Evans' examination. Evans' examination. Suddenly he was interrupted by Evans. Evans did not give him time sufficient to finish his sentence. Evans, he is not going to stay here, is he? Evans did not want Mrs. Stephens to remain inside the cell. He did not want him to stand near him at the time of the examination or when the examination was going on. So he asked the invigilator whether Stephens was going to stay there. McClary, I don't know about that. McClary clearly confessed that he did not know anything about that. He did not know whether Stephens had received any instruction regarding this or not. But again he was unable to complete his sentence because he was interrupted this time by Stephens himself. Mr. Jackson has given me strict instructions. He told the invigilator clearly that he had received strict instructions from Mr. Jackson to remain there and keep a strict watch on events or on the examination that was going on. Events, how am I supposed to concentrate on my exam with someone breathing down my neck? Events, I have already told you, did not want Mr. Stephens to stand there near him. He told his problem to McClary. What did he tell him? He told him that it was difficult or impossible for him to concentrate on his examination with someone standing near his neck, breathing down his neck, standing near him all the time. Christ, oh God, sorry sir, I didn't mean. Evans thought that he had talked to, or he had used some rude words towards Mr. Stephens. So he used the word sorry and wanted to tell him that he did not mean to offend him. The governor reached for the phone. The governor, who had all the time been hearing the voices coming from the cell, picked up his phone. He wanted to talk to Jackson, one of the police officers. Good, get Stephens out of that cell. He wanted Mr. Jackson to tell Mr. Stephens to get out of that cell. I think we are perhaps overdoing things. Overdoing. To overdo means to do excessively in an exaggerated way. To do something excessively in an exaggerated way. To do something more than necessary. More than it was necessary or it is necessary to do. As you wish, sir. Mr. Jackson wanted to follow the instruction given by the governor. The governor heard the exchanges in the cell. Once again, the governor heard the voices coming from the cell. Heard the door clang once more. Once again, the door, when it was closed, produced a loud metallic sound. The governor heard this sound and heard McClary announce that the examination had begun at last. Now, McClary had announced that the examination had begun at last. It was 9:25 a.m. The examination started at 9:25 a.m. and there was a great calm. The examination had started. There was silence all around inside that cell. Thank you, children.